this that right here? Right here?
This is too close.
Okay, so right here. Yeah, so this is TED Talk night, and perhaps you know, or at least I think, one of the big mottos about TED Talks as an organization is ideas worth spreading. And so this is something I thought would be really great to share with you guys, not only because of what it is, but because this man right here, you're going to get to see him next week. He's coming and he's going to talk to BYU students Tuesday, 11 a.m. in the Marriott Center. It's kind of a big deal to be there. His name is Dr. Craig Manning. This man, his life is kind of defined by greatness. He works with Olympians, he works with businessmen, and what he does is he just helps them to realize their potential. And I feel like as college students, we need that potential, but not just for like 1 or 2 hours like an athlete does in the game, or like, what was it, bobsled, it's like, or no, I think the skeleton or the luge is like 30 seconds of glory. But as college students, we need more than that. We need like 24/7, go, go, go. It doesn't stop. And that's a lot of pressure. And so I'm going to say this like 7 times. Be there at his talk. Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. in the Marriott Center. Be there. Don't just listen to it. Be there. So yeah, this is Dr. Craig Manning. And his book right here is The Fearless Mind. You can get it not at the BYU library, but they have this really cool system where you can loan it from another library. It's the interloan system. Thank you, BYU. Okay, next slide. So, something that I want to start out with really quickly, because I know we don't have a whole lot of time, a dating story, because that's a hot topic for everyone, right? So, I've gone on a few dates. Some dates are meh, some dates are great. Some of those dates, these girls are just amazingly beautiful. They are incredible. Like, I can't think when I'm around them, but then I get to know them, and there's just nothing there. Zero attraction. Zero attraction. I have no idea what happens, but there's zero attraction to this beautiful girl. And I realized that there's so much more depth to a person than just looks. There was a reporter who interviewed Trump's wife. I think her name is like Melania. Malani, yeah. And they asked her, so, do you think that Trump married you? Wait, no. They asked, did you marry Trump because he's rich? Think about that. Did she marry Trump because he's rich? She said, of course. Of course I did. But do you think he would have married me if I wasn't beautiful? That's the kind of society we live in. And I want to get past that because that is so base. That is so much lower than we are. Thank you, Aspen. Shout out to Aspen, base. How are we for time? 5. Okay, 5 minutes or 5? Like it's been 5.
No, it's been 3 minutes.
Left. Great. Okay, we're good. We're good. And we're going to talk about that, anxiety. But before we get to that, so this man, Dr. Craig Manning, he works with Olympians. There was one instance, I think it was with the Sochi Olympics, he was just amazed by the caliber of athletes that were coming out that were qualifying for the Olympic team, especially with the ski team. And he said something about that was that these athletes, they were incredibly young, but that they were focused mentally. And it wasn't that they had just put in a lot of hours. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Practice makes permanent. And so that's something that he really goes by. One of the athletes had gone through an injury and recovered incredibly quickly. People were amazed, and they asked her, how did you do that? We want to know, because our athletes get injured. We want to know how to make them, or how to help them recover as quickly as they can. And something she said was this journal strategy that Dr. Craig Manning developed. And a lot of it has to do with positive psychology, can-do mindset. Don't worry about the things you can't control. Worry about the things you can control. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about complaining. Everybody complains. I complain. Caleb complains. We all complain. But it is corrosive. It is corrosive. It tears us apart internally. We need to eliminate that as much as we can. Again, Dr. Craig Manning, Tuesday, 11 a.m. in the Marriott Center. Be there. Okay, that was 3 times, I think. 4 more to go. Okay, so tell yourself what you can do. Say, you know what? this isn't the greatest situation. It kind of sucks actually, but I can do this about it. I can do this. Next slide. Okay, so this is the journal he was talking about. You guys might want to like imprint this on your mind. Photographic memory would be really helpful right now. So, it's just 5 steps. It takes 3 minutes to write down these 5 steps. I don't know about you guys, but if I write in my journal, I know I have to set like a whole hour aside just because I'm like, man, what do I write about? It takes at least 45 minutes. It's terrible. But this I can write down and be done in 3 to 5 minutes. Who doesn't have 3 to 5 minutes? Who does not have 3 to 5 minutes? Bianca. When you have to go to the bathroom, do you make time?
I time it so it's like between getting some food and getting dressed and on the way go to that.
That's great. But for most people, if you have to go to the bathroom, you don't care what time it is, you don't care what else you have to do. You make time. You can make time for this. 3 minutes, it's not that much. And I'm going to tell you the steps, although he will tell you too, so go listen to him Tuesday, 11 a.m. in the Marriott Center. Be there. So the first step, you need an objective. You need goals, goal-oriented people. Not results, task-oriented. Something that you do. Control what you can control. Control the controllable. You can't always control how something's going to end up, but you can control what you do. So you want a goal. Number 1, objective. Number 2, plan for how you're going to achieve that goal. It's pretty easy. Number 3, and this is what I love about it, he says, so much of our thoughts are negative, and we need to change those. We need to have more positive thoughts than the negative. And so number 3 is having 3 positive thoughts. That doesn't mean that you ignore the things that you can improve on, but just think of those 3 things first. And then number 4 is 1 thing you can improve on. 1 thing, yes, 1 minute. Be there 11 a.m. on a Tuesday next week. Dr. Craig and I. Yes. Okay. So there are 5 steps. Number 1, objective. Number 2, plan. Number 3, 3 positive things. Number 4, 1 thing. Only 1 thing you think you can improve on. And then number 5. Number 5 are, I think there's actually 5 topics in number 5. How about that? But they're things that he says we need to be incredibly honest with ourselves. It's important to be honest with others, but we need to be even more honest with ourselves. Something that he noticed about Olympians is that, kind of like Shrek, how Shrek says, we all have layers, you know, and I'm like an onion. And the donkey's like a cake! But no, we are all like onions. We all have layers, defensive layers. But something he noticed about these athletes is that they seem to have fewer than most people. And so, those 5 things are motivation, 1 to 5, rate your level that day, anxiety, your concentration level, your confidence level, and your, let's see, there's something missing there, and your decision-making level. So, rate those things on yourself 1 to 5. Next slide. And this is Dr. Craig Manning. Be there Tuesday, 11 a.m. in the Marriott Center. Thank you.